You know, I don't know whether this has ever happened to you also, all right? I met a single mom on a dating app that actually caught my attention, okay? And I was curious to get to know her and who knows maybe what that could lead to, all right? But when I started becoming curious about how many kids she had and probably where was the dad, she simply, pissed off and, blocked me. Greetings to you and welcome to today's special podcast. I hope you are doing well. Um, it kind of baffles my mind, like why single moms hate talking about their kids, okay, or their ex or their baby father for that matter. You know, I don't know. Like before I share my experiences and maybe my potential reasons uh why baby mamas behave the way they do, when like they sometimes come across as being inapproachable, being I don't want to say rude, but kind of like being so bitter, all right? So I but a quick disclaimer, I'm not trying to bash baby mamas, neither am I trying to I don't actually believe in the idea of saying, you know what, like because there are a lot of people that make videos and say never date single mamas, right? Just when you see a single mom, just run, maybe hit and run, as some people would say, but don't ever imagine being in a serious relationship with a baby mom because of baby mama drama and what have you. I personally don't believe in that, okay? I feel like every person deserves to be loved, provided they prove that, you know what, they deserve to be loved, okay? I don't judge people based on their past or based on, their circumstances. I don't do that, you can find a single mom that is hotter than even a a teenager, okay, that has never had a kid. You could find a single mom that is, you know, as polite and well behaved and, that is still willing, to start a new life with you and probably have kids again. Okay, so I don't judge people or women based on the fact that you know what they are single moms or they are of lower value. You know, some people would say their sexual market value has decreased, and I don't do that. Okay, that is me. If you have a contrary opinion, please let me know in the comment section what you think about this whole thing. All right. But I personally don't think we as men should run away from single moms simply because of the so-called single mama drama or simply because of the fact that we feel like their sexual market value has decreased or whatever for whatever weird reason. I don't believe in that, you see. But like I said, you are free to share your opinion in the comment section. All right. But I really think it's mind blowing, what some single moms do. All right. So, on one occasion, I met a single mom. I was just curious to know, like, she actually indicated on her profile that she had kids, but I cannot just, okay, you have kids. And I'm like, okay, she has kids. So if I would like to be with a woman that already has kids, then I should text her, right? But if I don't want to be with a woman that has kids, then I'm gonna leave her and move on, right? So I think this is how most single mothers think, or let's say at least the single mothers that I've met online, this is what they think. Okay, so it's more or less like They don't want to talk about their bitter past. So it's like, I've made it clear to you that I have kids. So if you want me, then you have to accept me and my kids. And that is just it. I should not be curious to know like how many kids do you have? Where is the dad? Maybe like after separation, maybe your baby father would always come for the kids. All right. How is your relationship with your baby father? Is your baby father probably somebody that is possessive, somebody that is um you know stalking you? Because imagine that your baby father is stalking you, and I'm to go into a relationship with you. I could be a victim, an innocent victim of whatever that you have going on with your baby father. You get it? So I have to really get to know your past. That is not to judge you. See, I'm not gonna judge you, but I just really sincerely want to know, okay, this is your situation, right? And if it is fair, because sometimes, for instance, it could be that, for instance, uh, you lost your baby mom, your baby father to maybe an accident. Maybe you guys separated because something happened. Maybe your baby father, or you did something, or maybe uh, things just didn't work between you two. All right, and maybe there is something. You see, I do understand that, especially when you meet somebody online, even if you have met a person in real life, okay, I do understand that probing deep into, let's say, the life of the person makes the person uncomfortable. I do understand that, all right? I do understand that to some extent, because especially meeting somebody online, asking about all these details, uh, when the fellow doesn't know for certain whether you are ever going to proceed or not, whether anything good is going to come from your meeting, then the fellow might not be comfortable to share everything about their relationship, which is normal. But even if you want to do that, I think there is a better way to do it. Okay, you can reassure the person that you know what, I don't feel like talking about that for now. Okay, maybe when we meet in person or with time, I'll let you know like what really happened. I think this is a polite and cool way of reassuring a guy that it's not like I don't really want to tell you about my past, right? But let's take it step by step. Okay, I cannot just share my private life with you, considering the fact that we are here to get to know each other. That is understandable, right? But in a situation where I just try to know, like, how many kids do you have, and you are pissed off because I'm trying to know how many kids you have, or where's the kid's dad, or whatever, then it's almost like you just want to say, you know what, if you had like 10 kids, I should accept you and your 10 kids. And like, how am I going to feed you and your 10 kids? Assume that you have 10 kids. When you have just a kid or two, how am I going to feed you if I don't know like how many? Like, I just need to know some basic information, because accepting you as a baby mama means that I'm gonna, even if you are working, uh, assuming that like I, as a single man, and now if I were to have just a single woman, I mean a woman without kids, now it would just be like, okay, my expenses would increase, based on the fact that now I'm in I'm now like in a relationship, all right? So as a couple, my expenses would increase. Now, if you have a kid or two, now what happens? It means those kids are going to be my responsibility, and I deserve every right to know how many kids are they. What is the third at that initial stage? I'm not even interested in asking. Maybe is the dad of the kids assistant, I'm not going to even ask those questions. Because for me, if I accept to date a single mom, especially in a serious relationship, it means that her kids are going to be mine. I'm going to be responsible for that. I'm not going to say no. Even if I meet kids in the street, right, that need my help and have the means to help them, I'm going to help them, and I wouldn't think twice that these are not my kids, these are not my siblings or anything. So your kids, I'm going to treat them as what? As my kids. I'm going to treat them well, you get me? So and if we have kids, I'm just going to treat them as I would treat my kids. But before that, I need to understand your situation. You see, so I think this is clearly what people often refer to as baby mama drama, and why people don't always want us to approach baby mamas, and they just say, you know what, baby mamas are done. Yeah, they are done with their lives. Their sexual market value has decreased, and blah 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 blah. You see, so if you are a single mom watching this video, and maybe you are the type who is insecure um about your situation, then maybe you could draw something valuable from what I'm saying. Okay, like I said, I'm not coming from a place of bitterness, and I'm not coming from a place of hate. Neither am I trying to know. Like I said earlier on, a baby mama deserves the same chance as, I mean, a single woman. All right, but I really think we need to talk about why baby mamas sometimes behave the way they behave. I'm just gonna give my reasons of it, whatever that comes to mind. That is what I'm going to share. So please complete in the comment section your own ideas and reasons, okay, as much as possible. So for me, I think why sometimes baby mamas do what they do, okay, why they are sometimes rude, okay, or they are sometimes bitter about their past, is often because you know they haven't yet healed, okay? Because somebody that is healed reconciles with his or her past, learn lessons, and is just ready to move forward. So when he meets a young guy or any man at all approaching her on a dating app, she's excited, okay? And she's positive, okay? Willing. She's not, you know, kind of suffering from the past, the trauma of the past. She's not, she's not a type who would say, you know what, all men are like that and whatever. No. If all men are like that, then don't just date again. Don't come to the dating app, okay? Or don't give your number to men again. You see, but somebody that is healed, understands that things happened, whatever that happened, she just has to learn lessons from her past, let go, and move forward. So when a guy approaches her, she's not gonna act as if, you know what, um, no, she's just going to be fine. She's going to be nice. She's going to treat you as if she had met, her first ever love. Okay. So I think it's a problem of healing. Some baby mamas, they still have the trauma of the past, whatever trouble that he had or she had, sorry, with her ex husband or boyfriend or fiancé. That is what she's bringing to the table. See, so she's very, very bitter. All right. She cannot trust. She has trust issues. This is what I think. Okay. Another reason could be that, a lot of men often, let's say, get turned off once they get to understand, once she makes herself vulnerable and lets these men understand her situation. Okay. Maybe she was at fault. Okay. And most of the time, they will not even be honest, even if they were the ones at fault. You see, or even if it's the man that was at fault, and whatever that happened, they wouldn't be honest enough to give you the details sometimes. You see, but somebody that is healed would go that extra mile to tell you, even if she's the one that did something wrong, she's going to admit and say, you know what, I've changed. and I just want to start a new life. I learned from my past. You see, so that is what I think for the first two reasons. Another reason could be that uh, sometimes they also have the impression that when, for instance, men are often turned off, like I said. So, for instance, once a man just gets to know that she's a baby, and sometimes too, they feel like men are kind of uh, judgmental. Okay, men kind of approach them in a judgmental way by saying, okay, you have kids. So trying to denigrate them or belittle them, to let them understand that, you have kids, your sexual market value has decreased, you are no longer the shit, you are no longer whatever, you see. So because of that kind of prejudice that they suffer from single men, now they start to feel like, okay, if a man is approaching me, I have to put up some kind of self-defense mechanism so that this man wouldn't try to disrespect me or anything like that. So that is another reason. You see, another reason could be that for me, there was one occasion whereby, for instance, uh, she told me, okay, it's just like on the dating app, I just speak to everybody that I think is cool, all right, and try to get to know them. So on one occasion, I spoke to a lady and um she was just constantly bashing the man, right? She never said, okay, this is what I also did wrong, but it was always the man's fault. You know what? She got me pregnant after I was pregnant for like 2 months. He left me and never came back for the kid and never looked after the kid and whatever. I do understand these things happen this way. There are a lot of irresponsible men, just as we have a lot of irresponsible women. Okay. So I do understand that maybe you messed up with the wrong dude, an irresponsible man that, he probably lied to you just to have his way. All right. But I was like, okay, but that was a bit weird to me. I was like, and I wasn't like judging her, but I was like, you know what, it's weird because a man to leave his kid. So I was just curious to know, like, didn't you plan maybe the pregnancy or something? Did it happen that maybe like you guys were just having fun and it happened, or what really happened? I did not ask this in a rude manner. I just try to know. But she was like, you know what? If you want, maybe I would give you my ex's number so you could call and ask him. I'm not lying, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Like this is pissing me off. Before I realized, she just blocked me and never turned back. So I feel like sometimes eh, let's be realistic. If a man is leaving you, probably it's because this man wasn't certain whether the kid was even his. You probably cheated on this man. You probably did something that led to the breakup. You probably did something. I am not trying to judge you based on that, but I'm just asking to know. So whether you were at fault or you were not at fault, I just want to know about what happened, what led to the separation. You had a kid with this man. Why would this man leave you? Like, I just want to know. You see it? But she is taking it like, she's just acting this defensive. And so it's just because they're always insecure about their situation. And that's all, it's all this that people often refer to as baby mama drama, you see. But what, as a baby mama, you should understand is that if you want to start something new with a man, I'm sorry, but you have to make yourself vulnerable again. You have to. The only way we could ever have a relationship is if there is some minimum trust. So you have to make yourself vulnerable at least to get for this person. This person cannot trust you, okay? If he doesn't know much about you, I cannot just like, I mean, What if you probably haven't yet officially separated with your ex? Because you have kids together. I don't know what is your relationship. If you were just a single woman, of course, the choice lies is there is a woman is a gateway to reprocreation. All right, we women they are the gateway to they allow which man they want into their life or not. That is a fact. So if you are single and I approach you, even if you had a man and you choose to date me, it is up to you to end things with your man. Even if I'm not aware that maybe you still have a relationship with your man or anything, you know. So that is a bit more manageable, right? But in the case where you have kids, I cannot, it's so complex. You probably have what do you call legal issues with your ex-husband after the separation. I need to get to know all these. I cannot just take you in and like and be, accommodating somebody's child. Though I would treat that child as mine, but that is not my child. You see, I don't want to get into any trouble. You see, so maybe let me add another last reason. I think most of the time, women who act this way, like I said, is either they are not healed or they are simply women that are competitive. Okay, so it's like they are insecure about their situation. They do every person understands that. Just even a man who is married with kids, some women wouldn't be interested in dating a man that already has kids. Okay, and but especially as a woman, everybody understands that when you give birth, whether you like it or not, your sexual market value decreases. You are not going to your everything of your organs are not going to stand as they used to. All right, when you were still young. Okay, so some men really don't have problem, me included. Me, I don't really. Uh, let's say I'm never gonna judge you based on the fact that you already had kids or something. If you are in shape and more especially if you have good character, I don't really care. But I really have to know what is your situation with your ex that led to the separation. What is the kids like? What is your current situation? Do you have any legal battles? Do you have it? How is it? And you really need to know. You see. So, but everybody understands that as a woman, when you have kids, your sexual market value decreases. But that shouldn't make you insecure. You shouldn't be defensive about that. Just accept yourself. And you realize that men who really seek some people because you probably a woman of good character. You probably messed up with the wrong man and he abused you. But that doesn't mean every man is like that. There's still men out there, just like everybody complains about female nature, how women are this, how women. I don't buy into that. And they give a lot of manipulative games and to play. I don't think that is healthy. I don't think we should be playing each other. I don't no. I don't think we should be rivals. Like no, it's all about what do you call it? Uh, Men and women are complementary, right? Feminine and masculine, we come together and create life. It is what it is. That's how nature made it. So we are not rivals, you know. Anyway, I think I've said enough. Um, some women are just competitive. Okay, they feel like their because men who are going to, you know, come across as okay, you have kids, so men kind of have some leverage, like to say, you know what, um and the women cannot just stand that. So even if they have kids, they still want to put themselves as, you know what, they are still that. And A better way to do that is to be polite. Just be confident in who you are. You don't need to defend yourself. Because when you try to act defensively, then you end up turning off the man. And more especially, no man will even want to be with a toxic person, insecure person. If genuinely you did not nothing wrong, you deserve to be loved again. So don't be insecure about your situation. Just be honest and open up to people, who really genuinely show that they are interested in you as a single man. You don't need to, I mean, you haven't done anything wrong and you are still beautiful and gorgeous as a single mom. Just love yourself, be confident in yourself, and be nice to men, who show genuine interest in you. Anyway, I think I've ranted enough. Please let me know in the comment section what you think about this whole topic.